How's it going? Welcome back, my beautiful sinners, to another great video here on The Savior Show. Today is something that I've wanted to make for a long time, and I'm so happy to finally be making it because this is my Dark Souls 2 retrospective review. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why I think Dark Souls 2 is the best Souls game. The best Dark Souls game is Dark Souls 2, which I know is very controversial, and I'm not doing it to be controversial. I'm not doing it to be like, ooh, look at me, I'm a little bit edgy, I like Dark Souls 2 and not the original, or not Dark Souls 3, or Bloodborne, or even Elden Ring. I know, that sounds pretty crazy, because I've given it a lot of thought, and I've allowed enough time to digest all the other games, and Dark Souls 2 to me is the most enjoyable, and I'm going to get into the reasons why in this video. So if you like this type of content, I hope that you do subscribe to the channel. If you're new, we make all kinds of videos here. Go check out my music to support me on Spotify, and consider becoming a member for extra content and shoutouts for yourself or whatever you do. I would absolutely appreciate it so much if you did subscribe to the channel if you're new. And with saying that, let's get on with the video of Dark Souls 2, a retrospective review of Dark Souls 2, and why Dark Souls 2 is the best Dark Souls game. Let's go. So yes, Dark Souls 2 is my favorite Dark Souls game, and I think Dark Souls 2 is the best Souls game, which I know is crazy, so let's get into the reasons why. I've got all my notes together, so let's get on with it, shall we? Enough babbling, Savior, shut the hell up, and tell me, daddy, why do you like this piece of garbage? Number one, okay, the world and the story. So first, let me just say, I absolutely love Dark Souls 1. In fact, I'm kind of new to the Dark Souls games, and I only started playing it this year. I've played them, of course, before, but I only finished them all this year, and I've been absolutely hooked ever since to From Software, and I'm enjoying Elden Ring, but I prefer the Dark Souls games, and nothing to me was more magical, because games now are so stale, they're all regurgitated, and it's the same old mechanics, but Dark Souls is so different. And when I played Dark Souls 1, I was absolutely blown away, and I made a retrospective of Dark Souls 1 because it's truly a magical experience, and I want everyone to experience it if you love gaming. I talked about why Dark Souls 1 was so special, and the interconnected world, the beautiful, perfected linearity to this game was just next level. But Dark Souls 2, now I'm playing this, it just stands out as my favorite, okay? Dark Souls 3 was a little bit too just, I don't know, the combat, the world space, it didn't just vibe with me. And Elden Ring is a little bit bloated in my opinion, but Dark Souls 2 captures the series so well. So, number one is the world and the story. Now, I love the world space of Dark Souls 2 because it's so vibrant, it's so different. All of these different biomes, all of these different locations, all stand out as, you know, a masterclass of their design. From Software with Dark Souls 2 captured the perfect game in my opinion, and I don't understand why people criticize it so much. I don't understand why people hate it. I guess because they misunderstand it, because it was trying to be different. They think the hitboxes are weird, and yeah, they are, but actually it's just a stat within the game that you actually just have to level up, and then it's wonderful. Dark Souls 2 is so detailed and so much more complicated than the other Dark Souls games. So number one, like I said, the world is incredible. Every location here has so much detail to it. The graphics in this game are absolutely incredible. The best looking Dark Souls game to ever exist, even better than Elden Ring. The art style is what stands, you know, by itself here, because the art style in Dark Souls 2 is breathtaking. All of these locations are just from, you know, a twisted imagination, and it's just so well crafted. Such high fantasy mixed with dark fantasy as well. This just, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, just look at it. It's absolutely incredible what they did with the lighting here, which I'll talk about more, which actually plays into the gameplay mechanics. Just the world of Dark Souls 2, this new location that you're exploring, just has so much more character. With Dark Souls 1, it was amazing, don't get me wrong. you could see the locations in the far off distance, and you would actually get there. And a lot of people didn't like the fact that Dark Souls 2, it wasn't connected, because they didn't care about connecting everything. That meant each location could be its own different biome, its own new environment, which was just brimming with character and, inspiration from all other types of fantasy. And it just creates this absolutely amazing atmosphere of terror and of absolute wonder, and that's why I love it. And the story to me was great because it's a more personal story and it's all about death and rebirth. And the first Dark Souls game is way more open to interpretation and, the cycle of fire, the evolution of man and gods and all that kind of stuff. I loved that story, but this is just a little bit more focused down to the humanity, down to the core experience of what it means to be human and why we search for meaning and what is death in our lives. It's all about reversing the curse that you are inflicted with, and it just deals with the undead aspect of Dark Souls, which I think is the best thing about Dark Souls, because not many games give a reason to their respawning mechanic, and that's why Dark Souls is so amazing. So I just like the story more as well in some ways, but I do love the story in the other one. But the world space here is just so much more gigantic and awe-inspiring, and it just feels so much more grandiose and impactful. The second thing is the music. Because we have more bosses in Dark Souls 2, we get more wonderful Dark Souls music, and it's just incredible. I love the boss music in Dark Souls, and here is no different. The music is absolutely incredible, it's terrifying, it's impactful, and you still get the silent moments between bosses, which is great. But when the music does hit, it hits so nicely, and I think the vibe in Dark Souls 2 is just absolutely majestic. And when you get to the hub area, Majula, that's also just my favorite hub area because of the vibe, because of the characters there, the interaction with these characters. The story is way more fleshed out with each individual character compared to Dark Souls 1, which I love. Number 3 is the exploration and the danger, okay? And Dark Souls 2 feels so much more dangerous than Dark Souls 1. It's way more difficult, and I'm playing a remaster, which adds way more enemies and all that kind of stuff. So it's crazy. You get mobbed like a goddamn bitch. You are dealing with far more enemies. You have to be absolutely focused on your skill level throughout the game. With Dark Souls 1, after a certain point, I felt like just a goddamn OP god at one point, because I just played it so much that each boss felt like a joke. None of the enemies felt that challenging to me anymore, but Dark Souls 2 keeps up its difficulty, and you have to think about combat in such a different way because it's focused with more enemies, not just for single to single action that you get with Dark Souls 1 that you can easily exploit. You do get that here with the bosses, which is why the bosses are even more better in Dark Souls 2, but the general enemies and the layout of the enemy, where they're placed, is just done in a much more better way. Some people think it's chaotic, and sometimes it can be, but that's the whole point. It's supposed to make you think about where you're gonna have this battle, where are you gonna stand. The scary nature of having all of these enemies rush at you is absolutely thrilling and incredible. And like I said, the locations here are just far more interesting to explore because you never know what's around the corner. It's not like Dark Souls 1 where if you're in one place, you know exactly the environment is going to follow a similar atmosphere and vibe. Dark Souls 2, you have no idea what to expect if you go up an elevator. You have no idea what's awaiting you, so I absolutely love it. And yeah, Dark Souls 2 is the best Dark Souls game for those reasons. And I've got a few more points here which go into the game in a lot more detail. Dark Souls 2 just does such a better job at this, okay? There is so many choices of customization here with your character, how you want your character to be. There's a lot more complexity. It's just so much more complex with Dark Souls 2, with how you can build your character, not only in your appearance because they have so much more choices, but in the weapons, with how you want to fight as well. They have this thing called weapon stancing, which is just great as well. The magic is, just more complicated, and it has way more spells to choose from, and all of these different armors. But how you level, they've added more to these levels. They impact different things that make way more sense. So I absolutely love the deep mechanical gameplay here of absolutely fine-tuning your character to how you want them to be. And number 5, like I said, is the deep mechanical gameplay. Let me get into that a little bit more. The healing in Dark Souls 2 has so much more awareness to it. You can't just take a sip of that lovely Estus, okay? No, with Dark Souls 2, you have these things called life gems, which means that you can heal yourself, but it takes time. So there's just so much more tactics involved with Dark Souls 2 in how you heal, in when to cast your spell, when to take a sip of the Estus flask, when to use a life gem. And that's the special thing about Dark Souls 2, if you ask me. It's just way more tactical, okay? The slower gameplay here is what I also love. I loved the slow-paced nature of Dark Souls 1, and I was disappointed with 3 and in some ways with Elden Ring. I loved the slow and tactical gameplay. The weighty swordplay here is what I absolutely love about Dark Souls, because, you know, it's not a hack and slash game. This is supposed to be a game where you have to think about all of your actions, and Dark Souls 2 captures that and takes it to the next level with its slower type combat, which is what I love about it so much. And the more bosses as well, like I said, you can't go wrong with more bosses. Some people say the bosses are too similar, but I absolutely disagree. Yeah, not all of them are monsters, but having this one-to-one fight with, you know, like a soldier type enemy that is similar to you, a human, it's you versus them, your skill versus them. You can't just easily cheese it like you can in Dark Souls 1 with some of the monster bosses. So I just think that's also absolutely great. And yeah, the, you know, tactical healing, the tactical gameplay, the slower based gameplay I love. And yeah, it's just way more deliberate with your choice and how you're going to fight. So I just absolutely love it. And the final thing, I'm not a graphics person, okay? I don't care about graphics, but what I do care about is art style. Dark Souls 2 has an amazing art style. Everything about it is wonderful, okay? I feel like the developers here finally managed to capture what they wanted within Dark Souls 1. When you go to Blight Town, it's absolutely hell, right, in Dark Souls 1. And they have a similar place in Dark Souls 2, and it's even more just terrifying because it's so dark. And Dark Souls 2 does something so special with light, and it uses it as a gameplay feature, as a mechanic, and I'm a sucker for, you know, real-time and crazy good quality lighting. And Dark Souls 2 has amazing lighting with the torch system. You know, you have to think about, are you going to use a shield, are you going to use your torch to see? And there are some great environments here where you are just absolutely consumed by the dark. And since it's Dark Souls and it's all about the flame, the Age of the Fire ending, I just feel like it fits the theme so nicely. And you have to just think about everything with Dark Souls 2. It's not, you know, like a game that you can just turn off your brain, and Dark Souls 1 isn't like that either, but Dark Souls 2, every choice you have to think about, and I absolutely love it. Everything in this world was designed for a purpose, and that's why Dark Souls 2 is so special to me, and it's beautiful to look at, it's beautiful to play. I love the slower paced atmosphere of Dark Souls 2, the vibe, the characters, everything about it. So that is my Dark Souls 2 retrospective review, my Dark Souls 2 2022 review. And I know this is a subjective opinion, this is just my own opinion. You can hate Dark Souls 2, that's fine. You can love all the other Souls game much more, that's also fine. But to me, I love Dark Souls 2 the most, and I think Dark Souls 2 is the best Dark Souls game. And you can disagree with me, but just remember it's my opinion, not yours. I hope that you enjoyed this video, my sinners. If you did, make sure that you smash like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.